And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, marketing, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, and we want to engage with you so that we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Don't forget our number. Make sure you bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website, and I implore you to check out consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. You can see their contact information there, and of course, we have a contact form where you can send over your questions or comments. We'd love to get back with you and help you live a better life, help you avoid a lot of the commission-based advice that's so prevalent in our community. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We're going to help you win. Leo Kane in the house. Beryl Engineering. Welcome in, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I mean, I feel like I've just slept in the studio overnight. Couldn't get out of the building. Just reading up on all this housing market and hurricane market. And I also have some exciting news this hour. I've got some photographs from my inspectors that we want to discuss some structural defects on the air.
Structural engineering, helping people, Beryl Engineering, project engineering, and project management. So we're going to talk more about that. We have also a buyer, seller, investor seminar coming up. I wanted to save the date, have you save the date here, Thursday, November 8th. We're doing a buyer, seller, investor seminar, 11300 4th Street North over in St. Petersburg. We're going to do it at Cox Media Group, 1025 The Bone Studio, our weekend show where we have our performance theater. So there's going to be an awesome performance theater, and we're going to have a seminar in the building, catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. And we also have these awesome swag bags that we're giving away with lots of cool stuff in them. Cicino's formal wear, compliments of Cicino's formal wear, men's suits, fine dry cleaning as well. And we're gonna have a lot of fun. Our expert contributor is going to be there talking about ways that you can buy and sell like a pro, helping you save a lot of time and money when it comes to real estate and improving your real estate game here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's what we're going to do. And giving a shout out to Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bilmar Beach Resort on Treasure Island, Gulf Boulevard, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for years. They got 2 pools on site. They've got Sloppy Joe's restaurant. It's just a great place to go hang out, get away for the weekend if you're local. Enjoy a nice little staycation over there on the beach. Treasure Island, beautiful place to go hang out. And all you have to do is let them know that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they're going to hook you up. They're going to give you some discounts and incentives as well, and enjoy the beautiful Tampa Bay area that we live in here, and enjoy the beaches of Treasure Island. As you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty, and I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot real estate properties I want to let you know about. This one's up in Hudson, kind of Pasco County, up north of Tampa Bay here. Hudson Beach Estates. I got a 6526 Yvette Drive in Hudson. $587,000 short sale just hit the market. This is a short sale opportunity, waterfront, gorgeous property. Get a metal roof on this thing, beautiful property. 6526 Yvette Drive in Hudson, and the owner's just looking for an offer. We got a short sale opportunity here, so you can kind of work it through that short sale process. 3 bedrooms, 4 bath, 2,100 square feet, 3,710 square feet total. There's actually a little tiki bar on the water right there. Beautiful property. Check out the compliments, the beautiful photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks as well. Beautiful property up in Pasco County. And bringing you down to Clearwater Beach, 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401 in Clearwater Beach. Great property here. Bella Rosa condo, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, $1.149 million. Beautiful listing of mine. Looking for my $1 million buyers out there for Gulf Boulevard, number 401, Clearwater Beach. A couple of hot real estate listings here. Compliments of PlatinumMVPRealty.com. All right, let's jump right into it. We got Leo Kane here in the house. Affordable housing becomes less attainable in Tampa. Housing prices in Tampa are on the rise, and a new report shows that the housing becoming increasingly more difficult to attain. According to the report, quarterly new home starts are up 5.3% year over year. Annual starts are up 6.8%, while new home activity is continuing to shift higher to higher price points. Starts under $250,000 are 8.9% from the Q3 2017 levels. So, it seems like whichever article we're looking at here, Leo, we see conflicting news.
Well, I actually like that. This article, and you can judge an article by its title, because this same information here, which is very concise, easy to read, is told to us in a confusing manner. In truly affordable housing becomes an impossibility in this market, starts slow in higher price bands. The whole article reads that confusing. I wouldn't have been able to talk about this article on the air, but we got handed the same article.
So it's very similar.
They're basically the same information, but this is just told to us in 3 paragraphs as opposed to 8.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. What I found interesting, though, if you compare the Tampa article, which is talking about new home starts that are up 5.3%,
to the national numbers,
is tumbling. They're using the word tumbling, 12.3% in June. So in plunging, tumbling 12.3% in June in the Northeast, plunging 35.8% in the Midwest, and declining 2.2% in the Northwest. So Florida is the housing market to be in right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. The home builders are relatively confident that expansion will continue. The National Association of Home Builders, Wells Fargo Builder Sentiment declined slightly to 68 in June. Any reading above 50 signals growth. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think, when you look at it, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, the area we live in, all the way down to Fort Myers, Naples, this whole Gulf Coast is really just the best place in Florida to be. You have the absence of a state income tax. You've got, of course, the sunshine goes without saying, beautiful sunshine.
You've got the strongest houses in the nation.
Yeah, the building codes are there. Unfortunately, we did have a hurricane, knocked out a bunch of homes, but that's hopefully just a 100-year event or in that range. But what a great place to live, work, and play, Tampa, St. Pete, compared to the rest of the nation. We're always going to see those national numbers, and I think that's where people get confused because they're talking to a friend on the phone up in a different state. But here locally, we're still somewhat hot. I mean, it's still moving, but I think it is slowly shifting to a buyer's market.
Yeah, I mean, we're heading in that direction, but comparing the numbers of a 35% plunge in the Midwest versus just a 6% gain in Tampa. I know earlier this year, in April, we were talking about a 12% gain, so we have seen that gain cut in half.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, we have the strongest houses in the nation, the no state income tax. Pretty soon we'll be in control of our own gambling initiatives, I think.
That'll be good.
I don't know enough about the amendments to know what I'm going to skip voting on that, but supposedly they want to let citizens say when the casinos can be, but
yeah, that's power to the people, right? Something else, 25 museums, 35 different museums and art galleries. I mean, there's so much here.
I love when you have the mayor of St. Pete on the show and we can talk about the museums in Bayfront and the pavilion, and we talk about those areas, the growth. I'm very excited to what Pasco County is doing, the Greenway expansions, the trails. They're connecting Pasco County and Pinellas County trails all the way to Melbourne and Titusville.
Wow.
You can actually take your bicycle on a trail and get there. I'm very excited about that. That's over 220 miles of natural trails. I can tell why people want to move here.
Yeah.
We don't get snow.
Yeah.
We do get rain, but we don't get snow. And I can just see why people want to live here.
Yeah, over 40 miles of beaches in Tampa Bay. And I forgot the statistic on the contiguous miles of what you just mentioned, the biking pass, jogging pass. There's a lot of reasons why people want to be here.
We got Armature Works. We got the Rays Stadium moving to Tampa. We've got another huge development coming in, the Wharf. My wife can't stop talking about the Wharf. That's opening up at the end of November.
Where's that at?
It's going to be near Channelside.
Okay.
But it's just going to be like a whole nother Armature Works, and it's going to be it's a wharf, and I learned the difference between a wharf and a pier. Piers are made of wood.
Okay.
Wharves are concrete and stone. So Tampa's going to have their very first wharf open to the public, and it's going to be a huge destination. More power to Tampa. These are exciting times to be here in the Tampa Bay area.
That was it too. The world's largest, I think it's like 4.5 miles of waterfront sidewalk with the new Riverwalk. That's one of the largest in the world. I think it might be the largest in the world.
Love Riverwalk. My wife and I bike that path almost every other day. We're on there. We bike basically from Armature Works over to Curtis Hickson. Sometimes we go over the Hillsborough River. I don't know the name of that new park, but it's beautiful.
Yep.
The one with the 2 dog parts. They actually have a splash pad for dogs.
Yeah.
Where the paw itself shoots water up in the air.
Nice.
But yeah, we have like a 10-mile bike ride we do, and it's just awesome. Occasionally we have to stop because she sees a dolphin.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That's my complaint to my doctor is like, I try and get exercise. My wife wants to stop and look at the dolphins.
That's your complaint. That's not a bad complaint to have. Yeah. And I see that same view from the waterways with Freedom Boat Club. I love taking the waterways and just enjoying the time.
The Davis Island Yacht Club, that's another great location. You can take your boat out from there. I have friends who have a boat. I'm one of those people who firmly believe to have friends with a boat and not own a boat.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's why I love Freedom Boat Club, because you can just rent their boat.
Yeah, well, they don't like the word rent. It's a membership.
Membership.
You can, so you have to come out with us sometime. We'll have some fun. All right, stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors in studio. We have a feel-good story coming at you, and also we're going to talk about the most popular Halloween costumes to rock in 2018. All right, stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty. We're hiring right now. We're actually looking for admin, looking for administrative, must-have real estate experience, looking for a personal assistant as well, social media help as well, and real estate agents that want to join our team. Buyer agents mainly is what we're looking for. So if you know of anybody in the market for a change, this is the time of year to do it. Start investigating, looking at your change opportunities here. Platinum MVP Realty, we're hiring. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out our website. You can do a search there. You can do an MLS search. You can pull comps. You can look at comparable properties, get an analysis on your property, all from our website. And of course, you can see our listings at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Got a hot listing here in actually, this is in Northeast St. Pete, 215 12th Avenue, Northeast St. Petersburg. This is a property that's 4 bedrooms, 5 bath, $1.199 million. Beautiful listing, 3,400 square foot heated. And this is a true Rolex of a home. It's SIPS panel construction, steel construction. I want to ask you about that later in the show, Leo, as well, about the SIPS panels and the steel construction and the commercial wiring. You know, how big a difference is it? 215 12th Avenue, Northeast St. Petersburg is a new hot listing that we have here in Tampa Bay. And also down in Pinellas County, over toward the beach, we got a Largo property here, 12091 145th Street in Largo. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, $290,000, about 1,250 square feet. Beautiful property, close to Indian Rocks Beach, the Marina, Krabby Bill's Nature Park. And one of the best things about this property is you're close to the beach, you're not in a flood zone, and you ride your bike across the bridge, and you're on the beautiful beaches of Tampa Bay. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, so we got Leo Cannyn here with me, my co-host for the day. We're kind of co-hosting this thing.
Love it.
Having a little fun here, and talk about, things happening in real estate. The real estate market's super hot.
Well, I have some photos I'd love to show.
Let's do that.
I'd love to have some photos I'd love to show. Our inspectors, we run a very aggressive Instagram campaign where we have the defect of the day photos, and there's a couple here that I just want to show. This first one, this was a $75,000 insurance claim. What ended up happening, that's a copper pipe. A lot of copper pipes out there in your homes. They're from the 80s, the 70s, the early 90s at the latest. They're starting to break. They're starting to corrode. They're going to break at their joints and their T's. This is going to be inside your wall cavity. So you're not going to know they're broken until your house starts flooding. And then if you get a second floor break like this and you're out of town because you fled for a hurricane, and you have that, you end up with a whole, your bathroom floods, your kitchen floods, because this was the bathroom directly above the kitchen, and then the whole interior first floor floods, and you have to get new baseboards, new flooring, new everything. So, copper piping and that stuff, you can't see. It's in the wall. You know what you have to do? And it goes bad. We got to call that audible. Got to call that audible. This next one, this is becoming more and more common. We find these... people get cheap. They don't like to repaint as often as they should. So we end up with cracking, stair-step cracking along the stucco. A lot of people freak out and think that has to do with settlement, the building's falling over. Most of the time, it's just paint that's too old. And what ends up happening is you start getting these micro cracks, water starts getting in there, and it starts forming grooves along those mortar lines for the block. And then over time, you start getting the stair-step crack, and then something like that can potentially derail your house sale because everyone's going to freak out and think that has to do with major settlement or a sinkhole. So it's not settlement, it's just where the water is slowly protruding into there, and it's got a natural line that's going to follow the way the brick was laid. Yeah, because you have the mortar line, the mortar slightly recessed, and the water just kind of slides through there and does the little snaky stair-step thing. Right. Some of the coolest photos is a house that desperately needs to be painted, and you get a ghosting effect where from like 30 feet back, you can see the entire brick layout, even though there's stucco. Yes. Because of the amount of ghosting, they call it. But you can see all these lines, and it's a really cool effect. You definitely don't want it on your house, but a really cool effect for an inspector like myself. Cool. Good stuff. This next one, this is actually a two-part picture. This is more hidden damage. Your only clue here that you have a major roof issue is all that rusted metal, that rusted metal overhang, that rusted... But what ended up happening was they did not put here's the photo, they didn't put the underlayment on correct. They just left the gap. Wow. They just left the gap when they put the underlayment on. So all the water that hit the roof just went straight in there and just rotted it out. And that's all from bad construction. Wow. And your only clue that something's wrong is that rusted metal there. Yeah, because that's peeled back. Yeah. That you're seeing, right? Yeah. So wow. How could they in good conscience put that there was at least a 2 or 3 inch line there where gap. Yeah. You get a roofing crew out there on a Friday. You get a crew from out of town that just wants to wrap up and go home. You get a bad contractor that's not watching his crews. They don't know what's going on. There's any number of things that can go wrong there. And then also on a house like that, they didn't call in for their proper inspections from the city.
Right.
Not saying the city would have seen it.
Yeah.
Because they do a 5-minute inspection. And you're lucky if they get up on the roof, but at least there's a chance.
Hopefully they would.
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't call for your inspection and you do stuff like that and the house collapses, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's tough. So Beryl Engineering and Inspection, check them out online. Got the structural engineering side is what we're focused here on the show. But so the structural engineering, it's something too. You see it. I see it a lot too. I had one just the other day where the tree roots were protruding into the garage, and they actually had to redo the garage.
Yeah, we call it tree root heaving. What you do is you measure your tree at breast height. You take a measuring tape and give your circumference around it. You multiply that distance by 3, and that's your zone of concern. So you get these laurel oaks. Laurel oaks are the worst. Grand live oaks, anything that grows nice and slow and big over time, not that big of a problem. When you get these laurel oaks, they're fast-growing, short-lived trees. They get super big, super fast. The roots go all over the place. Their roots love to find plumbing fixtures because there's the water source, and that's when they start pushing up on your cement.
Wow.
And if they push up on the center and the slab, it's bad. You end up with a hump. But if they push up close to the stem wall, and the wall starts to crack and bow, you need underpinning, and that's a $30,000 fix.
Wow.
Just because a builder wanted to put a tree in that's going to grow and look beautiful in 2 years.
What's an underpinning exactly?
The best way to describe underpinning is you basically take pins, like they look like pins or corkscrews. You attach one to the side of your house and one 20 to 50 feet down into the limestone. So you're basically adding piers to your house. So your house is actually embedded into something stable. And that's to help stabilize the foundation. So if the tree roots are pushing the house, you're saying, well, this limstone's stronger than that tree root, so I'm going to anchor my house to that limestone.
And there's some kind of connection between the two. What is that connection?
The helical anchor.
So it's a helical?
Yeah, helical anchor. Usually it's like a corkscrew.
Okay, gotcha.
That's one type. I mean, there's like 20 to 30 different types of pin. But my favorite types are the helicals because I like the corkscrew.
Because it'll get in there and just kind of hold
Yeah,
more.
It holds it in. It's like those, I guess if anyone goes hunting or anyone shot an arrow, you have your arrowheads that are just like thin that you just poke in, and then you have the broadheads that have the things on the backside.
They catch. Yes.
So when you pull it out, you end up with a meteor pullout. But for a house, it's the same theory. You end up with a meteor chunk of limestone that you're embedded into.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. So Leo Kane here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Beryl Engineering. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And so that's a major concern that some people have, especially your more prominent areas are like Pasco, Hernando County, I believe, where you see it. Sometimes you see it over in Polk.
Well, New Tampa, for the tree roots, New Tampa.
Tree roots, New Tampa.
Yeah, Hunter's Green, that area, notorious for it because the builders wanted to make these great CDDs, community development designs, or districts. They wanted to make them as beautiful as possible, as fast as possible, to sell as much as possible. So they put laurels everywhere. They put laurels. You had a 2-foot gap between your sidewalk and your driveway. They put a laurel. And now every single driveway needs to be redone.
Wow, unbelievable. Just that they wouldn't know.
Oh, they knew. They didn't care.
They knew and didn't care.
They knew and didn't care.
And you touched on a good point, CDD. Describe that.
So there are some people that like to live off in their own area. And then there are people who are scared to live in a homeowner association because someone's going to tell you what color your fence is going to be or your front door is going to be. And then a CDD is a combination of those homeowner associations. So not only is the homeowner association going to tell you what color your fence is, what color your roof needs to be, you now have a community development district, which is a municipality. It's like a small city telling you the same things. So you end up paying fees to your homeowner association, fees to your community development district. You get rules from your homeowner association. You get rules from your community development district. The only thing that would be worse than that if you put a CDD in a historic district.
Wow.
Because then you would have an architectural review committee on top of all that.
Yeah.
And that would be the scariest of all.
And you got to maintain the historical integrity of the property at the same time.
While abiding to the regulations of the homeowner associations. It's a nightmare. I actually live in a historic zone, and it is a nightmare getting anything done.
Let me ask you, CDD. So the CDD, initially when they're building these, the developer's going through a thought process, right? They're saying, how can we push more money onto the future owners of these homes. That's what the beginning of that, right? That's kind of like storybook number one.
It's how do we obtain funding? The developers more
right,
how do
funding.
we attain funding to build these districts in rural areas? I mean, Hunter's Green 30 years ago was just a farm.
It's a bond, right? Yeah. It's a bond program. So they get a bond. They come in. They're able to do the roads, the sewers. So instead of them having to fund that themselves, they're saying, "Oh, well, we're going to create this new city. Insert name here, or at least area." And then they have these CDDs, and that's where people don't really understand. And then you got the HOAs, the homeowners association. I think people understand that a little bit more. And there's pros and cons to these things. People don't want somebody's '64 Corvette parked in the front yard on blocks. And they're working on it. They don't want the boat parked in the house or the side of the driveway, or the RV. There's certain positives and negatives about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just subdivision life versus non-gated communities. It's just you have to, and that's the joy of back to the Florida real estate market. Is there's a type of house and setting for you if you want to be a condominium, a townhome.
That's right.
Historic. Subdivision, community development district. There's a place for you.
That's right.
In this market.
Attached or detached. I mean, there's so many options. Lots of good things we can do to help you. PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out ConsumerQB.com as well. You can see all of our 80-plus show partners that we have there helping you win in any marketplace. When we come back, we're going to talk about the most popular 2018 Halloween costumes. We got a top 10 for you right here when we come back. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, everybody. I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Hi, my name is Joe Stalteri. I'm one of the owners of Complete Care Systems. At Complete Care Systems, we do carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, tile and grout sealing, wood floor and laminate floor deep cleaning, as well as stripping and waxing of linoleum and vinyl floors, and a whole lot more. We also run daily deals and special, which you can find at CompleteCareSystems.com, or simply call Tricia up at 727-364-5158, and she'll answer all your questions and give you over the phone free estimates. Or she'll send me out to your home or office to give you an on-site free estimate. At Complete Care Systems, we don't cut corners, we clean them.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We are hiring. We're looking for admin. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team as well. And real excited about a lot of the growth. Got another TV show starting on CBS and Amazon TV, Apple TV. Really cool stuff called the American Dream Television Show. I was selected as one of the top power players in Tampa Bay real estate. So a lot of cool things happening, a lot of good momentum, and just need to surround ourselves with good people. Just like we have our 80-plus show partners, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, marketing experts, health experts, all types of folks that come on the show, and they take time out of their busy schedules to educate us, our listeners and viewers of our TV show, as consumer advocates, ways that we can help you live a better life, avoid a lot of the commission-based advice. That's the reason why I set this show up over 5.5 years ago now. We started the program, so we're really excited about a lot of the growth, and we're going strong, real happy about it, and a lot of good things happening. Giving a shout out to our restaurant partner, Curry Leaves Restaurant, Indian cuisine, right there on Kennedy Boulevard. Go say hello to Saji and his team. They do a great job. Awesome spices and the dals that they have there. It's got DAHL, I think it's the spelling on that. Masala. Really good food. They got nice little desserts as well. Curry Leaves Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to the team over there and let them know that Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives. Curry Leaves Indian and Thai Cuisine, a journey through Indian culinary on West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. And go say hello. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Hot listing here in Dade City, up in Dade City, North Tampa Bay. Have you ever wanted to own a airport? Well, I've got an opportunity for you. We've got an airport for sale up in Dade City, Powerline Road in Dade City, 20151. We got two listings here, $250,000 each. You got 10 acres with a single-family home, and then you also have a landing strip next door, which is 15 acres, $250,000 for the landing strip. It's an airport. It's technically an airport. They're not giving out or making any new, many new zonings available for an airport. So it's a great listing that we have with PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Also, 5331 Causeway Boulevard in Tampa. This is a very unique property. It's a mixed-use, professional manufacturing mixed use, and it's also operating as a home right now. 5331 Causeway Boulevard in Tampa, just reduced down to $260,000. Beautiful property, home-based business. This is a great opportunity for you. It's kind of close to that, down on Apollo Beach, heading that way on 41 South. So check it out at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out our listings. All right, coming up, we got the most popular Halloween costumes to rock this 2018. We got top 10 for you there. And Leo Kane's in the house as well. So, Leo, you said you went to Curry Leaves. You checked it out?
Yeah, I checked it out. I was curious. I was near the West Shore Mall, and I was a little scared of it at first because there was a gas station next door.
Yeah.
A gas station, but it's completely separate.
Separate.
My fear was immediately resolved once I walked inside, and I noticed it's not a gas station.
Yes.
Not even remotely a gas station.
Right.
And then the food was delicious. I mean, they did and I've never had this before, they had someone making crepes out of rice batter.
Wow.
And you just got one. So I had like the Queen of Sheba injera type spongy bread.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bread, it was rice. Yep. And it soaked up the flavors, the curries, the lentils, everything. It just soaked it up deliciously. They're not too crazy on the spice. There's some places up on Fowler or over on 50th Street.
Yep.
They just go too crazy on the spice.
Right.
There's a nice spice level. Lots of people in there. A lot of military people in there. The times that I've been, so I always feel safe.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to do anything with that many military people in the place. But great food. Highly recommended. Don't be scared that it is in the same plaza as a gas station. It's separate.
Yeah, separate, completely separate. And they've got nice dinners there as well. It looks really good.
I would highly recommend it. And definitely get one of those crepes. I don't know what they call them, a dosa, but it was a crepe made out of rice batter. They asked you if you wanted it. I got it. It was delicious.
Order the chicken masala. It's so good. It's like a red sauce with the spice. It's yummy. Good stuff. All right, so let's. So we're talking here. We're bringing in Brent Ferguson as well, Alpha Marketing Concepts. He's in studio with us today. We thought he was coming in just to hang out and kind of check out the show. We said, hey, why don't we put you on air? We had an open seat, so thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Hey, my pleasure, man. And so we talk about marketing a lot on this show. And so in the past, I've had Grant Cardone, one of the top internet marketers. We've had some really really cool peeps on the show, Forbes Riley, Jarek Robbins. And one of the number one things that you try to do as a business is command attention. We were talking about between the break here, one of the what was his name, Ninja, got a
Fortnite, yeah,
from Fortnite, got a gig with ESPN now.
It just fascinates me. This was back in September, but yeah, he became the first I guess he's the X game version of because he's not video games,
non-traditional.
He's a sport. Video gaming is a sport, and now ESPN's recognizing it through Ninja.
Yeah, I know, man. My fingers get real tired when I play that stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But so, Brent, I want to get your opinion on social media, the marketing world. I mean, it's just a fast pace that we live in, and a lot of it is just about getting attention. How do you get someone's attention, and how do you hold someone's attention online? Right?
Yeah. A lot of it is value. So if in knowing your audience, who that is. If you aren't in tune with those two things and what they're wanting,
right,
you can really get off the right path, and your content's not going to get any traction.
Right.
Video is one of the biggest things that is of today's reality of how to catch attention.
Yes.
People like seeing who they're doing business with. They like to. They just like to watch things as opposed to see a little picture.
Yeah. Or read.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people are lazy. It's just human nature.
Yep.
So, Facebook, Instagram, or they got Snapchat.
Yeah.
They're coming out with all types of stories, Instagram.
Yes.
That you can do all this stuff through. But if your content isn't on target with your audience and what they're looking for, you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. That's true. Gary Vaynerchuk, I listen to his podcast all the time, and and that's a whole separate conversation too. Is podcasts, creating content for the listener the way that the listener wants to consume. They're not going to maybe sit and listen to a TV show or a video, but they might pull up the podcast audio only version, go for the jog, go to the gym, whatever they're working on. But Gary talks a lot about just creating content, adding value, and then putting it out there in written form, pictures, and video, and each different content each different social site, in other words, is going to need a different message.
Yeah. Gary V is awesome. I've been following him since I've been in marketing, and the thing that he does best is just that he gives value. 99.9% of the time he's giving value, showing people how to do things, telling other marketers, bringing people into his workplace, and just talking to them, giving advice.
Yeah.
He's always doing talks. I mean, he gets paid $25,000 or whatever it is.
$250, I think. Yeah,
a lot of money.
Yeah, he gets a lot.
So, but as opposed to selling something, nobody likes being sold anything.
Exactly.
So it's a lot easier to watch him when he's given a lot of value, and he's fun to watch. He's very insightful.
Yes.
I mean, I think he's every marketing trend that has been huge, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, everything. He's kind of called how that was going to go out.
Yeah.
How it's going to develop and what was going to be the next big thing.
Yep.
And I mean, every time he says something's going to be big, or a company isn't doing something, they're not on these platforms digitally, they're going to lose. And now you see Toys R Us going out. You see, different places are going different businesses.
This last week, Sears.
Yeah.
There was another big one I'm forgetting, but yeah, he has in both his book, he's documented. He's one of those entrepreneurs. He's got his own shoe. We're talking about Ninja going into ESPN. He's one of the first. I think he is the first entrepreneur to have his own shoe.
He's got another one coming out.
He's got a new shoe coming out already.
Yep.
Damn, he's already on the second version. But but it's true. He's talking about people being so scared to get in front of the camera and talk about their business, or and it's really the way that people want to consume the content these days.
Yeah, he's a big advocate of documenting things and not trying to be a perfectionist about it. That's why you always see him, just making videos, vlogs.
Right.
I mean, he has people obviously following him and doing this, but he does a lot of cool things that resonates with his audience that he's trying to build. And I mean, because of that, because of his audience, they have the saying, your network is your net worth.
Yes.
Dude's got a huge audience.
Huge. He's probably number one, isn't he?
I don't know. about that.
Depends on which platform, I think.
Yeah.
But some of them. And he was, to your point, too, he was an early investor in Facebook and Uber and several others.
Yeah.
And he said one of his biggest regrets was not doubling down on Google AdWords back when you could get one of the wine-related words for whatever pennies on the dollar it was.
Right.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
His thing right now is if you're not doubling down on Facebook and Instagram right now, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
As a business, you're just going to lose.
And that's one thing I'm all about. Like, I love putting out our quick videos, our quick content, promoting our show partners, promoting our real estate listings through it. And I'm not scared to spend money on it because I know the cost per conversions or the cost per clicks, however you measure it, is there versus traditional TV. 20 years ago, CBS, ABC, Fox, that used to be the way people would only do it. And it would cost $100,000 to create a 30-second video. Now we're doing similar and almost, in some cases, better quality, and we're able to get it looked at on the smartphone as people are driving or riding as a passenger. So it's an interesting world. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, top 10 Halloween costumes. Yes, it's almost that time. What are you going to be this Halloween? Find out what your folks here in Tampa Bay are going to be. So stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your consumer advocate here in Tampa Bay, helping you win, and owner of Platinum MVP Realty as well. And we're here in studio having some fun with you. We got Leo Kane, Beryl Engineering in the house, Brent Ferguson as well, Alpha Marketing Concepts as well. Talk about marketing here. So, Leo, some good points brought up there. Talking about marketing, man. Got to get attention, right?
It's just, I just still can't get. I'm going back to Ninja for a second. He's got 11 million followers on YouTube.
Wow.
11 million.
That is
He
just
has
amazing.
630,000 people watching him all at the same time. To put that in perspective, 11 million is the population of New York City.
Wow.
And 630,000 is the population of Pinellas County.
Wow. Yeah, that is really.
So he had an entire Pinellas County watching at one time him playing a video game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and it just shows you how the shifts happen. You know, the Netflix versus the Blockbuster. You know, those types of things that are just monumental. And if you can be an early adapter, I think that's the key. You know, you got to be an early adapter. I'm talking with the company helping us out with developing our Alexa skills. You know, like all these different things. It's going to voice because as you mentioned earlier, Brent. You know, people are lazy. They don't want to read these long form. Some people do. But the very small amount of people, I believe, the majority would rather watch a video, have that information delivered to them. But, you know, the information shifting. Now we're getting to a point where it's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years is that we don't want to pull out the smartphone and type into the phone. We'd rather just verbalize what our command is to a Google Home, Alexa, or I think there's a third one out there, too.
A Siri.
Yeah, Siri. So that's what happens, and you know, it's interesting the way that things move. And if you're a business owner that's just traditional, and you know, maybe you've got 5 years left in your business, and you're like, whatever, okay, I can get that. But if you have a plan to be in business in 2020 and beyond, you really need to start embracing some of these and not being scared of the unknown. I think that's another bad human trait is, you know, we're always scared of the unknown or the people that are different or people, you know, whatever. That's what people have to get over.
Yeah, well, Blockbuster is a great example. Not only were they dismissed Redbox and Netflix, they then realized it was destroying them, and they tried too late to adapt to it.
Yeah.
So they destroyed themselves by, instead of trying to come up with something innovative and new, they tried to replicate Netflix and in Redbox.
Yep.
But by then, they weren't the Blockbuster of the industry. They were the newbie, and they got crushed.
Confirmation bias is the term used when executives field a study and they already know the answer that they want. You know, it's called confirmation bias. But so if you just joined us, we're talking with Brent Ferguson here as well, Alpha Marketing Concepts. He's joining us here, making his debut on the show. So what else are you seeing? What does your company primarily do to help people out there?
Most of what I concentrate on is digital marketing. So, I mean, that could be whatever. I mean, the way I describe it is anything besides direct mailers and billboards.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in that space.
Yeah.
I want to be in space where you can, you know, reasonably track who's coming, who's visiting your website, track those followers, see how we can turn someone who just clicked on your website into a converted client or customer, paying customer. Because that's the most important thing. I mean, looking at a billboard, it's kind of tough. They could say 2 million people are going to drive by a month, but I mean, can you really track that?
Right. How many actually care? Right?
Yeah. I mean, who's looking up? You know, people are looking at their phones. That's another thing, Gary.
Exactly.
Said.
Yeah.
You know, people are texting, looking down there. They're not looking at a billboard you pay $10,000 a month for.
Yep.
You know, so that's you know, the digital space is where it's at right now. I don't know where it'll be in 5-10 years. I assume, you know, just from listening to the grapevine that it's obviously it's going to stay digital. But I think the costs are going to go up because those bigger companies, instead of saying, hey, we're going to spend $20 million on a commercial, we're going to put things big time into digital.
Yeah.
And the little guys, you know, maybe not so little, not as big as them, they're going to be the people who are going to hurt because ad costs are going to rise.
Absolutely.
And so if you're not taking advantage of it right now, you know, you're kind of, I mean, writing your own destiny.
You're setting yourself up for much higher. Once you finally get around to getting into the game and you get into digital and you start running some Instagram ads, posting some stories, some, you know, doing some organic stuff is good. But now even more and more, I'm finding with Facebook is you have to pay to play. You have to pay to get views. Organic's just not cutting it as much as it used to.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. You know, I meet a lot of business owners who, you know, they say that they're a referral-based business, and that's fine and dandy. And like you said, if they have 5 years to go, 4, 3, whatever, and they're going to be done, sell off the business. But if you tell me I want to grow my business by 150% in the next 2 years, and you're only doing referrals, and you're scared to put even $10 into growing your online, you know, presence, what do we do at that point?
That's such a turnoff. When I've talked to people, business owners in the past, to say, "Oh, I'm only referral. I've never spent money on marketing." I'm like, "Well, okay, so you're staying small. You're deciding in your mind to stay small and just live off of that. Those, you know, things that happen. And there's great referral companies out there, people that can go to those things and kind of make that happen. But the more that we move forward, I think that's going to be a diminishing return, and they're going to be looking back in a few years, especially with what you mentioned. You mentioned a big one, and I just want to kind of recap what Brent said for the listeners and the viewers out there. So think about about it. Your Ford, Chevy, GM, Budweiser, or Coca-Colas of the world, they've been very slow to change because most likely it's the people that are in charge are 60 to 70 plus year old. A lot of times they're more on the white bracket in terms of the ownership. But when it comes into that, think about it. They're traditional. They're putting money into CBS, ABC, the old school ways of marketing. Now, when that money shifts and they start moving that shift, like Brent alluded to and what Gary B talked about, when that money starts shifting into social media, it starts shifting into Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn, that's going to cost us a lot more money as small business owners to compete with them. It's going to drive the price up significantly. It really will, Brent.
Yes, it will. There's definitely no doubt about that. There's always a lag time between, businesses seeing something working and the people who are more take charge. I'm going to take the risk.
Right.
So when that lag time is done and those businesses, like you said, are coming around, instead of us, for an ad, $5, it's going to be $80
to get the same amount of conversion.
To get the same amount.
Yes.
So, your ROI then starts to go down. You won't be able to afford that. It just won't be good business sense for a small business. But when you're talking on a grand scale and you're spending millions of dollars for the big businesses, they can do that. So how do you set yourself apart and say, okay, well, what's the next thing? What's the next big thing I could do for my business to stand out?
Yeah.
That's what's going to be really important. And so that's what I try to use or implement for the businesses that I market for, is to try to be completely different than what everybody else is doing. And it's worked really well so far.
I like it. Check out Brent Ferguson, Alpha Marketing Concepts online. Of course, you can find his information on consumerqb.com. All of our expert contributors are at consumerqb.com. Time for that audible. Let's talk about Halloween costumes. We've got a few minutes left here. So top 10 Halloween costumes coming in here. They've got number 1 at Deadpool.
I could see it. I mean, it was a great movie. He's very popular. He's comedy. He's gory. He stretches all the lines he needs to, and it's a cool looking costume.
He really appeals to a younger demographic too, right?
Yeah, it's just amazing when I see kids in Deadpool costumes because
that's right.
I'm like, kids 10 and under should not be watching a gory Deadpool movie.
Some of the jokes are very risque.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Nun. I had not really heard much about this one. You said you're familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar only because the trailers were rated R. And they had to tone back the trailers who were scaring target audiences for the trailer. And then the movie didn't live up to the hype the trailers created.
Wow.
That's what I've heard about The Nun.
Interesting. And feel free to jump in, Brent, if you have anything to add on these. Tomb Raider.
Oh, you can't go wrong with Lara Croft.
Lara Croft?
Yeah, can't go wrong. Just a green and beige with a little bit of gun belt, and you're good to go.
Nice. I like that. The Incredibles, number 4.
I never saw those movies. I want to see those movies. I just never have.
Yeah, I haven't either. Red spandex, door knocking.
Did the new one come out this summer?
I'm the wrong one to ask on that. I don't follow as much.
Did the new one come out this summer?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I think it did. I think they had a baby that could breathe fire or something.
Number 5 is Wonder Woman, and I believe that's what my daughter is dressing up as, Wonder Woman. She got her red boots that came in. Lindsay ordered some red boots for her. So
Wonder Woman 84 or Wonder Woman World War II?
Probably the newer version would be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 6, Pennywise, a.k.a. It.
I'm really looking forward to that sequel. That's next year on the sequel. But again, clowns are always scary.
11 is from Stranger Things. 11 from Stranger Things.
I don't know too many parents who want to shave their kid's head.
Number 8, Donald Trump, saying that he's, whether you're a fan or not, it simply cannot escape the guy. He's very honest. Or, hey, let's be honest, he's pretty scary, which is perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
Who knows? Number 9, White Walker. Never heard of it.
I'm surprised by 9 and 10. I mean, Game of Thrones has been basically on pause for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I think from we were talking earlier with marketing, it's losing traction. As you wait for the next season, you forget more and more about it. So they're going to have to create a lot of hype. And so what would be a good way to do that? What would you take a dead brand and revive it for a new outcoming?
Oh,
got a minute left here.
Yeah, you'd have to spin off something, on maybe video, YouTube, and paint it in a different light. Go after a different demographic if you could.
Well, I think on a Tampa Bay level, I guarantee you're going to see some Fitzmagic beards out there with the sunglasses, the big oversized sunglasses. Deshaun Jackson, set up on a Fitzmagic style So I guarantee you see those as you're driving around out there. But hey, another great show today. I want to thank our expert contributors, Leo Kane and Brent Ferguson, for coming in. Thanks so much. And thanks to our listeners, our viewers, our team behind the scenes, our producers, everyone involved with the show. I really appreciate it. I'm filled with gratitude every day for everyone that's involved. Real excited about a lot of the growth here. And we want to remind you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another, and volunteer. There's lots of ways you can get involved. Volunteer out there, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out on consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.